Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Today is Nacho Tuesday, and today's plot...
Sorry, Nate, but it's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, it's alliteration. We can have nachos, but we still call it Taco Tuesday.
No, I'm sorry. Today is Nacho Tuesday.
Huh?
We didn't even have nachos. We had tacos today.
I know.
Let's
today,
hear him out. Maybe he's going somewhere.
today, the 31st of July, is the celebration of the life of St. Ignatius of Loyola. St. Ignatius, if he were alive today, his name would be Ignatio, and a shortened nickname of that name is Nacho. So therefore, today is Nacho Tuesday.
But I really see where you're going. And longtime viewers of the Popish Plot will too. We've got a saint. We've got a silly nickname. That's right, folks. Joining the ranks of Simon the Rock Johnson and Stoned Until Cold St. Stephen, it is...
Put your hands together for the Nacho Man, St. Ignatius of Loyola.
Oh, yeah!
Again, we talked about what action figure we were going to get, and A, we can't afford that one, and B, you didn't say it. So I went with the guy who had facial hair similar to St. Ignatius, minus the male pet.
I think you're underestimating just how much fun it is to say that, though.
It's just so much fun.
Right.
And he's just a younger Ignatius. I mean, surely at some point in time he had a full head of hair.
Theoretically.
So, as we pointed out, Ignatius is the more Latin version of the modern name Ignatio.
But of course, St. Ignatius wasn't Spanish. He was Basque.
That's correct.
And so the original version of his name is Inigo.
Inigo.
As in Inigo Montoya.
Perhaps. Did you kill my father?
Are you prepared to die?
No. However, there is a story that one time he was on the road, riding his horse.
Okay. As one does.
Yes, as one does. And he was talking to someone who happened to be Muslim, who said something that he felt was insulting the Virgin Mary. And so he was going to chase after him and kill him. However, the horse went the wrong way.
My name is Inigo Loyola. You have insulted the Holy Mother. Prepare to die. Did the man have 6 fingers?
Not that I know of.
Well,
but that is not the only amazing thing about St. Nacho.
Okay. So what else about St. Nacho is amazing?
He is the only saint to have been canonized while still alive.
Well,
or at least one of the only ones. I mean, there might be others, but he was canonized while he was alive.
No, we've already done this. For all of our faithful viewers, you've seen the episode where we talk about becoming a saint, but if you haven't, there's a link right up here. 10 easy steps. Number 1, be dead, stay dead.
Yes, the staying dead was an important part for many saints.
So, before he was a saint,
Right?
Nacho was a soldier.
Well, I've heard rather despicable things about those medieval soldiers.
He was a very worldly man. And he wanted to live a very worldly life. Not just being a soldier, but being the greatest soldier.
Ever.
A soldier.
The biggest, the baddest, the most audacious.
All right.
So much so that when he was at war and his side was clearly defeated and all of his comrades had wisely surrendered, Nacho
Or at least we're trying to.
Or were desperately trying to surrender, Nacho kept fighting.
That sounds foolish.
So the enemy, at the very least, rash or reckless.
Did something, given that he was apparently taking on a whole army on his own, I'm going to guess something bad happened?
He was hit by a cannonball.
Mm-hmm.
His leg was completely shattered. A cannonball fired by a cannon. He was canonized.
I don't think that's what that word means.
It's really not, but I just couldn't resist the pun.
Oh.
Okay, so he gets canonized the hard way.
And he's on bed rest. In the early modern era, medicine was not very advanced, so they had no treatment for him except rest. And there was no television at the time.
No.
And, Unlike St. Clair, he couldn't just watch Mass on the wall.
Okay.
So, what were you going to do for entertainment? There were no books around except for a Bible and the lives of the saints.
You know, I gotta say, those seem like perfectly good reading material to me. I mean, I've had quite a few enjoyable experiences reading the life of a saint.
Yes, but he was a soldier. He wanted to read romance novels.
Ooh la la.
No, not that kind of romance. We're not talking about Harlequin novels with Fabio on the cover.
Because he wasn't born yet.
It wouldn't be for centuries.
No.
Okay.
We're talking about stories of action, adventure, daring feats, damsels in distress, chivalry.
So what you're saying is that the word that we use to refer to lusty, eros-fueled romance was at that time actually used to hearken back to the Romantic era.
Precisely.
Okay, so he wanted some action adventure books. He liked some Jack London and
But
okay.
being denied...
Like Ivanhoe and Don Quixote.
Okay.
With real monsters and not windmills.
And
Fair enough.
that's psychological, but yeah.
Yeah.
But he didn't have that.
No.
He had a different kind of adventure. The greatest adventure. The adventure in following Christ. And so, Nacho underwent a conversion.
Oh.
He repented of his former ways, but he was still the same guy. He wanted to be the greatest soldier there was, the soldieriest soldier.
So now he wanted to be the saintliest saint, whoever sainted a saint in the name of a saint?
Yes.
Because if St. Ignatius had a theme song, it would be, anything you can do, I can do better.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes,
All
I
right.
can. Yes, I...
Alright, guys. This is getting cheesy for an episode on nachos even. Why don't we go back to his life?
Okay. So,
Having undergone this conversion,
where does he go from there?
he needs to study. He needs to learn more. So he goes to the prestigious University of Paris.
Oh, well, that seems like a good school. I'm guessing he had a. I mean, it's a big school in a big city. He probably had a really fun time there as a student.
No. He was a non-traditional student because he was old. He had already, spent years, being a soldier. I mean, he wasn't that old.
So
he
he
lived
went to
enough-
school
he
to
went to
go to
school to learn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he still got into many adventures with his roommates, Pete and Frank.
Pete and Frank. Okay.
Or as
They play pranks and stuff like that.
No, they worked on really, really serious personal sanctification.
Okay.
One attempted to convert Japan.
I get a feeling like I've probably heard these guys' names before.
Well, Pete is better known as Saint Peter Faber, and
Possibly.
Frank is better known as Saint Francis Xavier.
Okay.
And with Saint Nacho and 4 others, they founded the Society of Jesus, the far-famed Jesuits.
7 people put together in order?
They did.
Wow. I don't think we could do that with 7 people. I mean, maybe we could.
With God,
The right 7 people.
With God, we could do anything.
They were the main 7. They had some other people that helped a little bit here and there.
Fair enough.
Did different things.
I'm just saying, Jesus used 12, so I mean 7.
But that was more of a symbolic importance.
They grew rapidly.
Okay.
So, St. Ignatius and his guys, they weren't just about being holy. They were serious about being holy. They went through the famed spiritual exercises, which are still used today to help people discern and grow in their relationship with God.
In which St. Nacho invented.
I can't help but thinking. I hear all this fervor and how, holy beyond holy, and I get the feeling they were rocking some people's boats.
People like the status quo. They don't like it when somebody says, you can do more. And so many people who weren't particularly serious about their faith, had questions about these Jesuits, had suspicions.
I've run into those people. They tend to do that. They get really feisty.
Well, come on. Even we have stated that, the Jesuits are always up to something.
The Jesuits are
Always up to something.
And the spiritual exercises was a form of spirituality that people at that time had not seen before.
And people don't react well to anything new.
No.
But so dedicated to holiness was St. Nacho that even though the people accusing him of things had no basis for doing so, he still wanted to be taken before the Inquisition just to be sure. Because he was humble enough to think, well, maybe I have gone astray.
So the thing that most people were trying to avoid, he walked up to his front door and said, "Excuse me, can you help me, please?"
Yes, yes. And this was, in large part, the Spanish Inquisition that was known for its many abuses of the rules for an Inquisition. So
And yet he sought them out.
He sought them out so much that they got annoyed and kept telling him, "Go away, you're completely fine, we're not wasting our time looking over your stuff."
So we know that nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. St. Nacho was the man that the Inquisition hadn't expected.
All right. It sounds like there's a lot of interesting stuff in his life.
A fascinating life. One of the things that he really wanted to do, he wanted to walk where Jesus had walked. He wanted to go to the Holy Land and preach the gospel. But his new Jesuit order didn't stay 7 guys. It grew rapidly. So much so that he had to
Probably needed a lot of administration.
He had to spend the rest of his life in Europe running the Jesuits, who became the most powerful driving force of the Catholic reaction to the so-called Protestant Reformation.
Interesting.
Jesuits would go into the heart of deeply Protestant territories and win back souls for the true church. They would go to the ends of the earth and preach the gospel to people who had never heard it before. Wow. There was nowhere that they wouldn't go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of places around
Generally first
here,
boots on the ground kind of a thing?
around here that are named after Jesuits, because when they found out there was a new world, they were on it.
Nothing would hold them back.
That would explain all the Francis Xaviers and the... Yeah, no, I could see that. So, for all of our viewers out there who might be interested in learning more about the life of this incredibly noteworthy saint,
Saint Nacho.
I'm sure there are books that they can go and find. I mean, probably pay a small amount of money to get a hold of.
Well, actually, if you can read it online, I know some people like to go and actually hold a book, and then you have to pay for the paper and stuff. But, yes, St. Ignatius wrote his own autobiography, in which you can learn about how he, came to the faith, and how he constantly annoyed the Inquisition until they told him to go away, and how deeply he wanted to go to the Holy Land, and, how sad he was when he had to send close friends off to the mission field, knowing they'd probably never see each other again. And you can read it all for free online, because it's public domain.
Nobody was going to be a better soldier than Ignatius. Nobody was going to be a better saint than Ignatius.
So nobody could tell his story better than he could.
Anything you can do, he could do better.
Well, that I believe.
I think, like a lot of saints, someone said, you should go and write down your life for future generations, not, "I am Ignatius, I am so great."
But still, who could tell the man's story better than himself?
Fair enough. Who could tell any of our stories better than us?
So, comment below with your favorite nacho topping. Or
I like jalapenos.
Who doesn't love a good jalapeno?
Yeah.
Or your favorite bit of Ignatian spirituality. Or anything you like.
Remember,
please comment.
Yep, please do. We love getting comments. We'd also love getting questions. If you have questions for us, please feel free to shout them out.
Deacon, if you've got a song about nachos, we'll take it.
Yep, absolutely. Remember to go down below and hit the subscribe button and the bell right next to it so that you get notified when we have new episodes coming out. Also, go and hit that like button because, as I've said many times, if you've watched us this long, there's no way you don't like this video.
Who doesn't like nachos?
And tiny little action figures dressed up in totally period-appropriate clothing.
Exactly.
Totally.
And remember, clicking that like button, in addition to encouraging us to keep on doing what we're doing, it also helps make us more relevant, so that way we can be more easily viewed by others.
In the dark art of YouTube analytics.
Yes. And remember, until
I
next...
don't think it's witch coding.
No, there's black magic in that algorithm. I will guarantee it. And remember, until next time, live your faith.
Love your faith.
Share that love.